day everyone. I am Alexandra A. Maglinas, Bachelor of Science in Criminology 2, Section Alpha. For today, our topic is all about the medieval era or Middle Ages. So the most prominent invention in Middle Ages was the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg. And this is the picture of Johannes Gutenberg. So next, printing press, it was a mode of printing text and books which was invented by the Johann in the first 15th century. Okay, next. It became possible to rapidly publish books and make them available to greater number of people at more modest of price. The production of these books was rapidly produced. Marami nang nakakakuha ng mga libro. And it is because of the printing press. And it is also available sa karamihang tao na gagamit ng libro. So next. Classic and contemporary books and literature brought into the hands of greater portion of the society. So hindi namang mga society ngayon. Kasi alam na nila ang mga classics and contemporary books in our history. So it is called the printing revolution. This was the start of the printing revolution. Noon kasi, mga typewriters lang noon ang mga nagagamit nila. So now, we have this printing press para makaproduce ng maraming books and yes, that is. Tapos printing, okay. This was the most important invention that was created by Gutenberg for slowly developing its ideas in making prints. It is the development. So the printing press is a device. It is a device that allows for mass production of uniform printed matter. So may ipiprint ka and then madaming tao ang gustong mag-produce. So hindi mo ito imamano-mano because there is a printing press that can help you produce many of that copies. And mainly text in form of books, like what I've said earlier, books, pamphlets, and newspaper. But before we ask, what pushed Gutenberg to invent the printing press? Makakapagtanong tayo. He started working on a device that would make it possible to print text. So, ang una-una niyang inisip na para makaprint ng hindi hassle, using movable blocks of letters and graphics. After the development of printing press, literary works were much readily available. Madami na nagiging available na literary works, gaya ng mga kanununuan natin na ginawa nila. And this meant more people to look interesting in reading and education. Mas na-enhance natin ating reading skills and mas nagugustuhan na natin na matuto. And the public libraries were developed. So, this was the means of developing our public libraries. Kasi yung mga books na copies nila, it can put them in the library which can people will go to the library and read it. So, history of printing press. Movable type printing was already in a practice in Europe before Gutenberg's invention in the 15th century. So, naano na siya sa Europe. But no one knows when the printing press was invented. Hindi nila alam. But the oldest printed text originated in China. Nakita nila noon ang printed text na nag-originate pala sa China. Sige, next. By 1450, he brought together the funds needed to set up his own press which became operational. Nag-ipon siya and he found funds for that operational. In 1452, Gutenberg undertook the first major printing. So nandito na siya, nandun na siya sa peak na nag-evolve na and meron na siyang major mga projects. In this new press, the printing famous 42-line Bible. So, ang pinakauna niyang na-produce in mass production was the 42-line Bible. But the genius lay in refining movable type printing and making it more efficient than ever before. So, nagde-develop talaga siya. He found ways para ma-develop para sa parami ang mga projects niya. And thanks to his printing press, it became possible to rapidly publish books and make them available to greater number of people at most modest price. So lahat tayo nakaka-avail. It is because maliit lang ang kanilang price na para mabili yung books nila. So, Gutenberg's invention. 15th century method of printing books were already available. And the traditional printing techniques, it was then the invention of printing press became crucial factor that made Renaissance possible in Europe. So, the traditional printing techniques were slow, cumbersome, and highly expensive, making it virtually impossible to print. And ang traditional daw na printing materials natin ay napaka-imposible na mag-aano sa madami na in bulk, madami. So, it was largely next, the impact on the society. It made it possible for classical texts as well as new ideas and books to be disseminated to large part of the society in no time. Napaka-importante nito sa atin, lalo-lalo na sa atin, estudyante tayo, to have this because it gives us new ideas and books are already of the books that are already published and disseminated para mapunta sa atin kahit saan man tayo magpunta. So the large press also paved the path for entirely new fields of written text such as newspapers. So it was largely thanks to this mode of printing the Reformation in Protestant religion and Enlightenment in France subsequently became possible. That is all. Thank you.